Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the SBP. We are back after the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm your boy Prime. Source was good.
What's happening, bro? I'm over here trying to scarf down this good cereal this morning. You know how we do.
No doubt, no doubt. What's in the bowl this morning?
Ain't nothing but some frosted flakes. Frosted flakes. They are.
It's Tony.
They're great. They're great as advertised.
You think they ever take Tony out the box?
Not unless what they call Peter gets involved. If Peter gets involved, you never know.
I think over the years how things have changed with like different brands. Things look different now. We had controversies on some end, the changing people on the box, on the bottle, things of that nature. And I wonder will they ever take Tony out the box. I can't see it, man. I can't see it.
Unless the animal rights people come out and be like, y'all out here, I don't know what you'd be doing. Taking
Yeah,
advantage of the tiger.
I wonder how long would it take people to notice. I guess people that eat it like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. Like how long would it take people to notice? Like, because we look at brands all the time, not just on boxes and things, but like just in our favorite, restaurants. Like you don't see Ronald McDonald like talking about, you know what I'm saying? No more. You remember when that was the staple, in some of these other places. You just don't see the things that we grew up on representing these brands.
Where is the Kool-Aid man? Where is the Kool-Aid man?
Speaking of that real quick, it ties in, in the chat, folks talking about how about those no's, what time it is. Held on for a victory yesterday in our circumstances, backup quarterback, things of that nature. But shout out to those no's. I don't know what the future holds for us. Even if we finish the regular season undefeated, we still got to take on Louisville in the ACC championship game. I'm not 100% sure they're gonna let us in the playoff. The way they view us as a team, even before last night, we have been 4 for the last, I don't know how long. And then all of a sudden, Jordan Travis goes down, they dropped us to 5. So I don't even know if we're getting in there, but we're going to see what happens.
And we not. Ohio State probably get in before we get in with a loss.
And to be fair, I never thought that this year that we were that dominant Florida State team that we've seen in the past, especially defensively.
Right.
And so I don't know if we're as good as any of those teams that have been up there, even with Jordan Travis. But, that's why you play the game. You don't take but one game. But we may not get that shot. But still proud of what the boys have done.
I need you to throw that comment up there, Prime. I want to answer. Cuzzo, he got a question. If I was really about this hip hop life, I would. Clearly, I'm not, because I just bowed down to the man and got some frosted flakes. Shout out to Snoop. Snoops. You got to get some Snoopios. What do you call? What I forgot what they call.
Snoopios, whatever.
Get a bowl of Snoops. Imagine that, man. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. About America. Why am I doing this? I don't know. You know how much it would. You know how hard it would be if we all just said, "Forget it. We only shop in black." Imagine trying to find groceries. You know what? It's a holiday weekend. I'm gonna let it go.
No doubt. Richard Washington, my guy, what's going on this morning, man? Good to see you out there, my brother. And I want to give a shout out too, even though I know none of them are watching this and hearing this, because a lot of them are doing their own thing. But I'm noticing the uptick in some of the other folks that got podcasts and groups, and they love doing the Sunday morning thing. I saw 2 or 3 of them popping off before we even came on today. And a couple of them I'd see every week, so I want to give a shout out to everybody doing what they love. You know what I'm saying? Talking sports, all of us swear we experts. We're not, but just doing it for the love. So I want to give a shout out to the other folks out there doing their thing. So,
not me. I think y'all are all competition. I wish y'all the worst. I wish y'all the worst. SBP over everybody.
Yeah, that part.
And stop posting other people's content from other pages in this group. I don't care if they're friends or not. Putting people, I don't want to see them.
They ain't putting us in a group.
Yeah, they don't do that for us. I ain't never seen it. So stop putting their content over here. We don't rock with them like that.
Yeah, for sure, man. But really no need as with football, really no need to really recap what went down Thursday as far as the games, even though the first game was probably the most competitive game. The Lions and the Packers surprisingly took out the Detroit Lions. And it's starting to make me wonder just a little bit. And this is not to discredit anything that the Lions have done this particular season. But we've seen now in a couple of instances where they've played some guys and we're expecting them to go out there and handle their business. And I don't know if it's banana peel, they're still working out some things, or, I don't know. So a lot of people had them charging out, definitely, being a factor in the playoffs, and they still could be, but there's still some things to watch with that team. I don't think anybody expected Green Bay to beat them Thursday.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Did you expect them to be as good as they are record-wise, or what they've been thought of this season?
Detroit? With Detroit?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that Detroit was a playoff team. Let's just say that. Was I confident that Dan Campbell's squad was going to be able to continue that surge they had going toward the end of last season? I can't say that, but I saw a lot of things that I really, really liked about them. And of course, anytime you got my guy Amon-Ra St. Brown over there, I'm a fan. But yeah, I don't know if I can say I expect them to be doing what they're doing as far as being talked about as one of the best teams in the league, maybe the top 5 teams in the league in some people's book. But I did expect them to make the playoff.
Fair enough. I expect them to be better. I feel like I saw them in conversations of who's the best team in the NFC. And I was like, wait a second. Y'all might be doing too much, but
you know how that thing goes. That's randomly. You do whatever. Everybody just know that's that squad right there and off of a handful of games. So
true, exactly.
One thing we are going to talk about, and because like I said, it's no need to really talk about the other 2 games. I'm going to bring up something though, and I know most people are like, "Here go Prime," but we need to talk about it because it's one of the top stories this week, and it's been a pretty good story so far this entire season. And got to shout out DaRon Bland. Right now, this man leads the NFL in interceptions. This man has 6 pick sixes, just broke the record. We just in week 12, which is a phenomenal feat. I don't care if this brother played for the daggone Chicago Bears. That is a phenomenal feat to do what he's done up until this point, man. And I saw you make a comment on it. I know your comment was that was great and all that. He's going to get double moved here in a couple of weeks, and they just might. But honestly, Cowboy dislike aside, what do you think about DaRon Bland's season so far?
Come on, Prime. I don't dislike the Cowboys. Why would you say such a thing?
Here we go. It's Sunday. It's Sunday before you you gotta tell the truth. It's Sunday, man. You can't be spitting out.
You say Cowboy fans. You say Cowboy. I don't have no problem with them people. DaRon Bland got busy though. He jumped that route like I was like, wow.
It's pretty.
Like he meant he was getting in the end zone though. He meant Like as much as Holland, was it Holland from Miami meant he was getting in the end zone at the end of the half. DaRon Bland, man, he was getting in the end zone on that joint. I ain't mad at him. He gave him that little wiggle, pop. Yeah, yeah, you gotta love it. Respect. I love to see it. I'd love to see a record broken, and this is in a fashion that is unexpected because it's been done in what 11 games. It's been 11 games. And he broke a record, so people can't be like, "Well, you had 17 games." No, we not doing that because we already there at game 11. So big salute to him, and yeah, he getting double moved in a couple weeks though. I bet that's neither here nor there.
That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because with my guy, the one thing that I was concerned about from the jump was people just like, "Oh, you played well last year. We'll just put him in Diggs' place." If anybody's played the game, especially if you ever played defense, it's playing in the slot and playing on the outside is not the same thing.
Right.
And he was excelling, in the slot. We saw it last year. Last year, what did he have? I think 5 picks last year as a rookie in the slot. So him making that transition to playing, and I'll say more on the outside because I have noticed in the past couple of weeks, he hasn't been exclusively on that outside either. And I think Dan Quinn and them have been smart enough to understand and realize that, one, we don't want to take him away right now from what he does, but two, we still want to let him play over there because we need the help, and he's probably our future over there. I mean, you be fair, there's a very good chance that Gilmore is only going to be a Cowboy for this season. So, if you think about the prospects of what you have with DaRon Bland, and then if Diggs comes back healthy, you're easily talking about a top 5, probably a top 5 combo of corners in the National Football League. Definitely in the discussion if he comes back healthy. But I was talking to Cuzzo the other day. I was talking to Jay, and Jay was like, man, Will McClay up in the Cowboys organization upstairs making the moves on the draft board don't get enough credit. He doesn't get enough credit, neither does Al Harris. Y'all know Al Harris, former DB, mostly played with a couple of teams, I believe, but most notably the Green Bay Packers, who is the Cowboys, DB coach. He's done a phenomenal job with them. But this is what's even crazy what we're talking about. And people are like, well, why wouldn't, I wouldn't hear this guy's name when he was in college. The man was drafted in the 5th round. Right. So that's one thing. He started out at Sacramento State, played like 2 or 3 seasons at Sacramento State before ending up over in Fresno. And that's what he was drafted out of, in Fresno State. This is the thing that will blow your mind. This is the thing that will blow your mind about this kid. Do you know how many interceptions he had in his college career?
Tell me.
3.
I was going to say 2. Okay.
3 interceptions is his entire career. You know what I'm saying? And now, was he sitting on for 2 years? He has 12, right? So it's beyond ridiculous. But I understand that this guy, I feel like this guy need to get I don't know what's going to happen. The rest of the double move could be coming. We've seen him get beat. You see the way he plays. He'll back off. He won't play up on you, but he plays, and he's playing for the big play. And I think the big thing that helps him a lot is he used to be a wide receiver in high school.
Yeah, he catches that.
As was Diggs. And Trayvon Diggs was a wide receiver. Diggs actually thought he was going to be a wide receiver, at Bama. And your boy Nick was like, no. You going to play. No, this is what you're going to do. So shout out. But the talk is whether or not he should be in the discussion at this point for Defensive Player of the Year. I didn't really make a big deal about it. We had some discussions here in the group. Some people agreed. Some said, not yet. Then, of course, there's a couple. We can tell what the hate really was about. Have you forgotten Myles Garrett? And I'm like, nobody said he was Defensive Player of the Year. Well, I didn't see a lot of people say Defensive Player of the Year as far as fans. I saw some players say it. But we're just saying he should be in the discussion as of this point right now. That could all change, in these next 6 weeks or whatever we got left. So, but there are your comments. Your boy, big play Slay, defensive player of the year, Bland. Right now, it shouldn't be a debate.
Yeah.
High praise from one of the best in the game.
Hey, he doing it on the field, and you can see it in the game. You can see it has the possibility to flip a game. As a matter of fact, being able to put points on the board on the defensive end, of course. So, and he's done it multiple times already this season. Yeah, I'm not mad at the idea of him being in the defensive player of the year conversation at all, at all. But yeah, that's high praise from Big Play Slade.
That's
Hey,
my guy
hold
right
on.
there.
He gonna have to stop being Big Play Slade because he got to. How you gonna flip Bland? Big interception man Bland. I don't know. I don't know how
Interception man.
to do it. Pick six man Bland. I don't know.
That sounds like something that would have worked back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, like when your boy had them Colt 45 commercials. Billy D. Bland, the interception man. You hear that music playing in the background.
Sound like he should be hanging out with JJ, Cool Breeze, and Papo. Boogie Bland.
So Boogie Bland is in the house. So, and I was telling Jay the other day. I said the scary thing about him is he hasn't even come close to mastering the position of playing on the outside. That's what's funny, right. And you can see it doing certain parts of the game where somebody get a step on him, or he may play a little too deep. He's still learning it. He just has a nose for the football.
Yeah. So. And if you see it this year, but if things stay even remotely the same next year and Diggs is back healthy, man, you're going to really see it next year. You're going to really see it.
Yeah. Shout out to Trevon Diggs, of course, his comment right up under Darius Slay's there. So he feels the same. That's his homie. That's his squad. But, but it does feel good to hear from the outside. And there were some other things on social media as well, other players from other teams shouting out the kid. And I love when he does an interview because he looks like he's pretty humble. He's, still young. He's pretty humble. He's happy to be in the league, happy to be playing for the Dallas Cowboys. So you love it. Jerry's got to love it because in the midst of all the Cowboys soon to be money problems with decisions to be made on what do you do with Dak and extension, you still got to play Micah Parsons. You got to pay CD Lamb, Big Luke. Good thing about this, guys, after this year, he still got 2 years left on the deal. You know what I'm saying? On that rookie deal. So you got some time to try to figure it out. Time to figure out in the future how you can start restructuring folks because you can spend more money than everybody else in the league. So, yeah, he's got to be there, though. Because if you look at it, I can't think of any other DBs right now. Though some are having some really good seasons, and it's not all about interceptions, that I could see that I'm putting in this conversation right now.
Ain't nobody.
Most of the guys that are up under him in numbers wise, just in pure interceptions, are not your household name. Geno Store, the kid in Baltimore, who's man, he definitely gonna need him today. You got the white-haired kid with the Jets. They're under him, and it's just an interception. We talking about taking it to the house.
To the crib, putting points on the board.
So, hey, we saw that receiver Stroud, and you were right on the return. Because I was like, he ain't going to get in there. They're going to get him right side of the 10. And me and my cellular teacher like, oh, snap.
Yeah,
I thought he was still in high school. Thought he was still playing the state championship or something.
Right.
Yeah, so, and you look at the pass rushes, too. Of course, Myles Garrett still leading the league at 13. Danielle Hunter is at 12, I believe. And that would leave 11.5 for TJ Watt, Michael Parsons 11.5. And then you get to Khalil Mack at 10. So, just wanted to shout him out. I thought it was.
Yeah, I know, because you could have stopped at 2, but you decided to keep on going just to make sure Michael Parsons got mentioned. I understand.
I just want to put it out there. So, shout out to the kid, man. No doubt. Hopefully, at least I hope it's more big things. And I hope he played really well in a couple of weeks. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, me
But
too.
you got other things to worry about today.
Right.
Hey,
true.
Hey, let's get on to these games, man. We're gonna pick 6 games out here, man, and we're gonna bail out. First game on the schedule will be a division game. We've seen a lot of division games lately, especially in this division. That's gonna be the Steelers and the Bengals. We were trying to figure out last week how in the world the Steelers were out here. They were 6-3 before our show last week. How they out here winning games, getting outgamed every game, and they decided to do something about it to an extent because they fired the offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, the other day. So I don't even know how this offense gonna look. And then the Bengals come into the day, bro, starting Jake Browning, who's getting his first start after being in the league for 5 years. So this is gonna be interesting.
Man, if anybody scored 10 points, they win it. You score 10 points a day, you win.
It's going
First
down like that.
Anyway, godly. I mean, sheesh. Yeah, it's funny because I got a message on Instagram, messenger joint, that said, I don't know why they sent it to me. And I don't even know who it is, actually. I don't know who the person is. But they were like, I just need the Steelers to fire Matt Canada. And then the news came down the next day. I was like, hold on, you in the know over there or something? Because that was very interesting. But yeah. So I think the offense can't get much worse. Like it was rough to watch. It's a rough to see. But I tell you what it's gonna be today. Turn around and hand that joint off. That's what it's gonna be. Young Jordan, Jordan, not MJ. But yeah, they're gonna be toting that route today. It's gonna be a division battle like we've seen over the years. Hopefully, a lot of hard hitting and running that ball for real. I'm telling you, 10 points will get you a win today. Maybe 13. Maybe 13.
Peace, Richard Washington, man. Appreciate you, my guy, man. You getting on the road. Safe travels, no doubt. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of points scored in this game, and just because we think it's not, then something crazy gonna happen, and it is. But watching this thing is gonna be crazy because the Steelers, we don't know we're gonna get out of that offense. We're used to them in this little dink and dunk, and then maybe take a shot. The Bengals, when Browning came in the other day, it looked like they were more inclined to dump it off to Mixon a whole lot. Yeah. I believe T. Higgins is out again today. So he's going to be down the guy. So Boyd's going to have to step up and hold on to the football in the end zone. Maybe he can try that this week. But yeah, I'm with you. I just don't know what they expect. Does the Steelers offense, is it going to look any differently? I mean, how much different is it going to look in 1 week after just firing this guy? So I don't know. And it's hard to even pick a winner in this game. But believe it or not, Jake Brown and I think I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one. 17-16.
Oh, 17-16 Bengals. All right. 17-16 for Prime. I said 10 points. I'm going to say 13 points to get you a win. So we'll go 16-10. 16-10. I'll go with that 16. I like that. 16-10 Pittsburgh.
No doubt about it. So I guess we're going to see what happens. I don't know who's really going to be watching this game unless you live in Cincinnati. Unless you don't have no choice. And I feel sorry for you.
Sorry. Red zone is your friend.
That's not my problem. Next up, we have the Browns and the Broncos. Kind of a funny game with this one as well. The Broncos have turned it around, winning 4 in a row. They found a recipe for success, and all they had to really do was play defense. And that's just what it was. They found some of that defense that they had left back in 2022, and things have changed because Russ actually has not really played that bad this year all things considered. In Cleveland, experiencing life without Deshaun Watson. DTR will get this start again, but they did bring in Joe Flacco, who I understand is not playing today, is not suiting up today. But if DTR don't get it together and have a decent game, we might see Flacco start in the next week or two. But it's going to be interesting, especially with these two defenses.
Yeah, the Browns are like, bro, we all right. We we're not terrible without getting great quarterback play, even from the beginning, without getting great quarterback play. So if we've been able to rock this heavy thus far, maybe having a veteran presence, even if not spectacular in any way, just having a veteran presence may keep the boat going in the right direction. Then they had to make that move. They didn't have to make that move, but I guess they don't have enough trust at this point, so they're bringing in Flacco just in case. Maybe,
4-1 in their last 5 games. And they come into today only a game out of first place. They're trying to keep pace with the Ravens. So all said and done, injuries and all. You lost your quarterback for the year. You lost one of the best running backs in the league, in the league early in the season. And here you are still. You have to play in 10 games. You only got 3 losses.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see how they handle this and navigate this quarterback thing down the road. But I'm looking for defense in this game. We know how good that Cleveland defense has been with Myles Garrett and Ward and the whole crew. Smith, they are going to come at Russ. We've seen Russ a lot last year and this year being under heavy pressure. So they're going to force him to be able to make some plays. Fortunately for the Broncos, though, some of these guys are starting to wake up. Cortland Sutton, like some of these guys are starting to wake up. They're starting to find openings, and they've been hot. I mean, they've been hot lately. I'm sure that Sean Payton's been in that lab. And that's why I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them by 3 today, 20-17. Defense only keep you in the game but so much unless they're gonna score for you. And I think both of them are going to really do that. But I know Russ has seen pressure before. And will he turn it over a couple of times? Probably so, because they coming. But I'm not confident that DTR won't turn it over either. Patrick Surtain back there somewhere. You feel me? So I'm going to give the Broncos the ugly 20-17 win.
Yeah, this is going to be I don't know if it's going to be an ugly game. Okay, it's going to be an ugly game. Fine. Yeah, but I got Denver as well. It could go either way. It's a tough one, but probably because of Denver. Like if it was in Cleveland, might lean towards Cleveland. That's how close that's how close it is overall. But right. I think I'm gonna go Denver. And you have it a 1-point game. You have 3-point game. Sorry, 3-point game. I'm gonna go over the top with it. A whole 8 points, 24-16. Denver. Maybe a late turnover to seal the deal. Yeah, that sounds about right. A late turnover to seal the deal. And Denver runs off the field victorious once again. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think they should have some confidence of winning that close one last week when they took down Dobbs and the Vikings 21-20. So they had mention for staying in close games. And at 5-5, it's crazy to think. 5-5. They're actually like second place in the division right now, though. Second place in the division.
And just in case you don't know, if Cleveland wins, they will be tied for the best record in the AFC.
Ooh.
What? Yeah. That's wild.
Funny. This is funny. What we got next up on the schedule? Let's jump to the Chiefs and the Raiders. Let's do that. And the Chiefs are coming off that disappointing loss. Again, they should have won. The other night. Against a team that you know pretty well, and
they try.
I don't. If you're the Chiefs, I don't know what else you do, but other than put Stickum when you receive his hands, I just don't know.
Stickum, ha ha ha, Stickum. Hey man, listen. I don't want to hear all the they shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't nobody like imagine if we woulda, coulda, shoulda every team that loses or more. Say the team that won should have lost. Yeah, they should have lost that game. Yeah, every week. But guess what? That's why they play the game. That's why they play the game. Also, did I see a stat where uh, MVS dropped six? Was it six? 30 plus yard passes in Green
Yeah,
Bay? Is that what it was?
yeah. This didn't just start, bro. He been doing that.
He been butter hands. He didn't even butter finger. He butter hands. Whole hands just margarine, parquet. Terrible. It's terrible. That shows how vital and rare like that upper echelon speed is. Because if you can't catch, but you so fast that you're like, well, he might catch it. He might could. If he just catch it every once in a while, he's worth keeping around. Then yeah, speed is that X factor. Nevertheless, Kansas City didn't play bad at all in the first half anyway. They didn't score any points in the second half. There was that. I don't, self-inflicted wounds or whatever the case may be. They definitely didn't help their own situation. Raiders by 15. That's either Tim or Cliff. It got to be because ain't nobody else saying that.
Believe it or not, it's a Cowboy fan today. That was Jay.
Oh, Jay just wilding. I'm gonna just go with Jay is wilding, antagonizing the people. Antagonize them. Yeah. Shout out to the Raiders though. I didn't even talk a lot about Kansas City. Shout out to the Raiders though. They played tough last week. Matter of fact.
Yes, they did.
They won the first two with Pierce. Played tough last week. Could have won. Really could have won the game. And I don't think they're gonna, they ain't no slouches at this point. At least in the effort department. But Kansas City definitely needs a better game from their receiving core, including the tight ends. Somebody got to hold on to the ball. Somebody got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping for. That's what they need to happen. And then MVS, Kelsey, what's your 84? I can't think of his name. And I try to call his name. Other type Watson. Yeah, Watson. None of them guys can catch. But I'm gonna tell you what was crazy watching that game last week. You know what it made me think of? MVS doing what he normally does. You remember early in the season we was talking about Kadarius Toney dropping passes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember he won that couple of games when he was just dropping everything. So it's just a drops problem, man. It's just a drops problem. But they got to get together at some time. You know what I'm saying? I think day to day.
So last year, I was saying early in the season, I was like, they're gonna suffer without Reek. They're gonna suffer. Even this season, I think we talked about it early this season. Mm-hmm. I was like, they're gonna suffer. I didn't say it like last year. Last year that was my thing. I was like, ain't no way they're gonna just flow smoothly without Reek. And they did all right. I think they did all right in the end.
And they won something big.
They won
something they give away when you win the end of the season.
The Budweiser Bowl, I think it was. So what's the difference this year from last year?
I say this, and I'm glad you answered it. I think it's maybe not the total reason of the situation, but I do think it's a difference between struggling without a Tyreek Hill because of how dynamic he is and just catching the football is what I'm gonna say that. Because this wasn't the only game, and this was just funny. We just got to see this against Philadelphia in prime time that night. This ain't the only game this has happened, right? So I think so far that's been the difference because there hasn't been any real big changes in that receiving core. But they lost Juju Smith-Schuster, right? And they brought in a guy who they believe is going to be really good in Rashee Rice. They got Rice. A lot of their problems have been just holding on to the football. So I don't know, man. But I'm still taking the Chiefs today. Chiefs just want somebody to catch the football. That's all it is. They just want somebody to catch the football. We're going to handle the rest. Only way that the Raiders are going to be able to slow them down, even though the Chiefs haven't been super explosive, but they continue to run the football. And I've talked about it the last 2 weeks. Pierce has pretty much, committed to giving Jacobs the rock. And with a young quarterback back there, that's really going to help. But I just think that the Chiefs got to get together at some time. And what better time to do it against your division rival? And I'm pretty sure Andy Reid and people gave them people an earful last week. The defense going to be the defense. People on defense ain't got nothing to worry about. L'Jarius, like, Devontae, come here. We just going to battle this thing out today. You might win some. I might win some. We're going to go at this thing. You score, I'm coming back to bat down the next 3. That's what I'm expecting to see. But the Chiefs got this game, I think, 27-16.
27-16. Okay, you got an 11-point win on the road. I can't give them a 10-plus win on the road intra-division.
You doubting 15? You doubting 15?
I'm not doubting 15, but he ain't catching the ball.
You can give him a 10-plus win on the road, bro.
Are they running the Philly special? Because maybe he's the only one that can catch the ball. They throw it to him. I got the Chiefs 31-23. Yeah. I mean, it can't be as bad as last week, right? Maybe McKinnon shows up. They just swing the ball to McKinnon. I don't think he dropped it last week. So, got to trust somebody.
I'll say this real quick. And I'm not going to really dive into it because I think most people felt it. Report just came out while we were doing this segment right here. Reported by several CBS Sports outlets that the Commanders are expected to move on with Rivera at the end of the season. So evidently he know. Yeah, bro, you ain't coming back. Bro. We're just gonna let you do this, but I'm gonna let you. You probably ain't coming back.
They said, since we're talking about the Chiefs, they said, Eric Bieniemy, we got you over here. And look, and we see the Kansas City offense is a little slower. They have a little problem. They went a whole half without scoring a point.
Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, they went out there. You might as well. Yeah, there you go.
I don't like that situation for him when that happens. If he's gonna get the head coaching job, I'm gonna say that. I don't like that situation for him. But yeah, so we both got the Chiefs on this one. 3 games left. Next up, we're gonna talk about Lamar and the boys. The Ravens take on the Chargers. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that has baffled the mess out of me, man, this year. How bad the Chargers defense, especially the passing defense, has been this year. You think about, you got a defense with Khalil Mack, you got Asante Samuel Jr., and you got Derwin James all back there. And people running up and down the field on you. It just don't make sense, man. And I think that's one big problem they're gonna have today. No matter how you feel about Lamar and his arm, I think it's gonna be a problem today.
You think Lamar's arm is gonna be a problem, or you think that defense is gonna be a problem?
It's gonna be a both. His arm will be a problem for their defense. That's what it's gonna be.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think they might have felt a little pressure last week, but I'm sure they were thankful to see Joe Burrow out of the game. Gave him the opportunity to go ahead and take advantage of Browning at the time and to get the dub. And they ended up putting up a good number of points. I think they had 27 or 34. I can't remember. But they put up some points. So they're coming into this thing feeling good. And then when you see that defense on the other side, you're like licking your chops. Well, as long as somebody blocking Khalil Mack or double teaming, then yeah, Lamar probably feeling good. So
Eric Kendricks.
Good luck. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. Yeah, it should be fun though. So I think there was a conversation in the group either last week or maybe the week before. And I don't know if you commented on it or not, but is there a point where we say, hey, Justin Herbert, you are not that guy. You look like that guy, You throw like that guy. You got the arm of that guy, but something ain't clicking, and you are not that guy. Are we nearing that point?
I'm not. I mean, I think the Caesar right here. I hope the Chargers lose to the bum coach and get fired. I'm of the belief that the coach need to go before the quarterback.
How many coaches they gonna have?
Huh?
How many coaches they gonna have before it ain't the coach?
Well, this one ain't working. From what you've seen from the current coaching staff over there, you confident another quarterback gonna come thrive?
No, they always will.
I'm just saying.
They will remain underachievers.
Now we don't need to be putting Herbert up in having these top 5 conversations no more with it. Probably we might not be having the top 7 or 8. I don't know, right? But we give other people passes for certain reasons, unless you number 4 and you got a star on your helmet. And but give other people passes. The one thing I will say is it's not the whole problem, but man, they can't keep anybody out their injury report to say their life. It's either running back or one of the receivers. Like Mike Williams gone. You pray every hit Keenan Allen, takes you wondering, you watching to see if he get up. Is Guyton still on the ground? Is Johnson, did Johnson tweak his ankle, faking somebody out when he didn't get the ball? Like, I don't know. It's just a funny thing.
Don't even mention Eckler.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other story.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny, though, because you said, the injury thing. You never know if they're going to get injured in a game or by the team's doctor, former doctor maybe, doctor. You never know. You never know. So, it's not.
The team doctor got to be amongst the highest paid in the league, the Chargers. Yeah. The team doctor got to be one of the highest paid in the league, bro.
Yeah, I guess I'm sure he's busy.
Yeah, keep him busy.
Herbert
man can't even go home during the season and make him stay at the facility. Somebody always hurt.
Always. I'm gonna go ahead and give you this score prime. Like you said, you see Baltimore slinging that rock around the field. I do too. And I like to throw a 40 burger in there every once in a while. So hey, 40 sounds like a good number. I'm going with it. 40-21. That's right, 40-21. Beat down on the west side.
Man. Yeah, I think Lamar's going to be successful, man. Not that they have to throw the football a lot. They've been running it pretty darn, good too. Gus Edwards has been on a absolute tear. He has 10 TDs on the season. He scored 9 of them in the past 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't the only running back they use, which is funny. You got 2 other cats getting the ball over there. But yep. Gus has a nose for the end zone. And then good news for Lamar. I saw that both OBJ and Zay Flowers are going to be active today. They both are nursing injuries. And Lamar been giving everybody that problem. They getting it. Bateman getting it. I know that people concerned about Andrews going down, which you should be concerned, but Isaiah likely has shown you he can show up and he can get in the end zone. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, I expect the Chargers to have a time trying to defend these guys. And I think that's the downfall for them. I am going to take the Ravens 33-20 in today's game, and they just keep moving on.
Keep on moving, don't stop, no.
The Chargers defense stinks.
Stop.
All right, let's move on. So the last 2 games we got today, in my opinion, the best games on today's slate. So that's why we saved them that way, and we moved it around, moved the docket around to put them at the end. First up is my favorite game of the day, without a doubt. And if you've been listening to us or watching us for the past few weeks, then you probably know where I'm going with this. It'll be this game right here. the Jags and the Texans. The division leading Jags playing the Texans. The Texans are absolutely the most fun team to watch in the league this year because they never out of it. Some games you might not be out of it either, but they're going to play to the end, and they've been just as good as anybody on final drives or in the fourth quarter of games this particular season. So I am so hyped about this one. I really feel like if there's a reason to really have a red zone today, this is one of those reasons because this has the potential to be the most exciting game on today's schedule. Not saying it's going to be, but it has all the potential. What you think?
Yeah, potential. I think it's going to be. I think it's going down today between the Jags and the Texans. You got
The
Lawrence
South
and
got something to say.
indeed, indeed, the South got something to say. ETN in the backfield gets busy on a weekly basis. He was kind of off the last two, but he's gotten busy over the last this season. To be honest, outside of the last two, not too heavy. The last two games, really back in the mix at the receiver, and of course on the other side you got Tank Dell and Nico, young gunners out there. They got the young gunners out there. Even your man Noah Brown, who was I think he was hurt last week.
Yeah, he's not going to play today.
But the return of Robert Woods, who you mentioned 2 weeks ago, I believe, and then he ended up getting in the end zone that same day, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, shots gonna be fired all over the field. The passing defense of the Texans is not very good, nor is the passing defense of the Jags. So it could be one of our OK Corral pow shootout joints. That would be nice. That would be nice. We've had a couple this season, but yeah, that would be nice to see. And like you said, the most exciting game of the day.
I hope so, man. I hope so. My eyes got big when I saw that. When I saw that this was the week that they was going to, get it in. And the crazy thing is, if we talking about the South got something to say, if the Texans win this, they'll be tied in first place in the AFC South with them, with the Jags. But yeah, man. Now Trevor Lawrence has not had success against the Texans in these past, even when their pass defense wasn't great. He's 1-4 against Houston, 7 interceptions to only 4 touchdowns. Right, so they're going to try to do what they can do to have that trend continue. Of course, the recipe for me is get the ball to ATN and let that man work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Use him like the Saints used to use Kamara. It's going to work out lovely. He is dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands, especially on the outside, especially on the screen plays. And that. But passing is going to be paramount. A lot of people feel like that Trevor Lawrence is overhyped, and he's also regressed a little bit from when looks like he was ascended. The one thing about this, though, is the Jags are amongst the top in the league in running zone defenses and the plays that they create defensively out of it. But this man right here, CJ Stroud, has the best QBR this year against zone defenses, right? The best in the league against his own defense. So this is going to be fun. Can he continue to be careful with the football? Now, we saw him turning over a little bit, I think, last week, but he's been pretty good taking care of the football majority of the season. But Tank Dell, the rest of those cats, Dalton Schultz, who y'all keep telling me is overrated. It's not that good. I wouldn't have gave him $12 million. This continues to touch the end zone. Y'all tell me that this team is sitting where they are without Dalton Schultz. I'm not saying they wouldn't be successful, but that boy had been balling. You feel me? And he probably going to score again today. Like that. But yeah, I agree with you. I think we might get some points in this one. I'm going to leave it in the 32-29 range. A lot of the Texans games have been close and have been in that 30-ish, 33, 34 area, coming down to the end, coming down to the wire. But I'm going to leave it at 32 to 29, having the Texans win this game, tying the Jags at the top of the division. And I just hope it plays out the way that we want it to play out.
32-29, you got the 3-point difference. I got the 2-point difference myself, but I do have the Texans winning as well. This game could go either way. I just feel
it definitely could.
The peak.
Hey, Jay, ain't nobody thinking about Schoonmaker right now. Not right now.
The peak for
this is my thing. This is my thing. What y'all are missing. I don't have a problem with Schoonmaker being on the roster, bro. But we got like 4 tight ends now. Schultz should be one of those 4 tight ends. That's all I'm saying. We ain't in the league that we were in 10, 15 years ago. We were just talking about one tight end. Teams have star tight ends, but most teams, when you watch football now, shoot, Kansas City play at least 3 tight ends a game, sometimes 4. I'm just saying. Dalton Schultz should still have a star on his helmet. But he's playing for the Texans now, and I'm going to see if he get in the end zone.
It's all good, Prime. You still going to take credit for when he do stuff. Like
you know I am.
So
you know I am. Cool. Man, getting busy, man.
I got the Texans 36-34. 36-34.
Let's get it then. Let's get it then. I'm with it. Last game. You know what it is. The Bills and the Eagles are set to do battle today. Been an up and down season for the Bills so far. Look good, look bad, look bad, look bad. Finally get it together. Turn the ball over. It's a whole mess over there. On top of that, they've been dealing with a few injuries defensively, which could plague them today. And then we have your Philadelphia Eagles. With all the questions on this team, they are still chugging along at 9-1. 1 loss on the entire season. And hey, it ought to be a good one, man. So what y'all gonna do today?
With all the questions on this team, one question is how many losses they got. Okay, yeah, and I don't really care about that, but I just like to say it because it's there. It's only one. Hoo-ha. But the Eagles, again, I've said this recently a couple times. They haven't played a great game for real all season. And they definitely could be 6-4. They could be 6-4. Like that's not out of the realm of what could have happened. They could be 4-6, to be honest. Like if you really wanted to, like for real, if everything went wrong, like everything's going right at the end of the game.
I wish it was 4-6.
Yeah, I know you do. However, they sit at 9-1. You tease with a tease. When you see teams at 9-1 this late in the season, automatically people are like, oh, Super Bowl. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all just going based on the fact that they're 9-1, not on how they look in these games, because there are definitely issues. But one issue has not been that guy right there with that one on his jersey.
True.
Yeah, that guy is steady, Steady, are you ready? Steady at the QB spot, whether things are good, bad, or whatever. He is the same guy, generally speaking. So that much I can appreciate. I can appreciate the steady hand guiding the team, and of course, some people call it the tush push. I don't know if I'm a fan of that name at all. Sound like a vivid video montage.
Did Romo give it that name? Somebody when the announcers.
Romo probably did. That sounds like something that Romo would say.
Hey.
I'm just saying, hey, the tush push. That's fine.
Respect number 9.
Yeah, no, not really. But what we will respect is AJ Brown, as he's gotten busy all season long. He's kind of slipped in the numbers, and I know that the Eagles got out with the win last week, but AJ was a little frustrated. Here's the thing. It don't really matter if you are wide open, if you are not where the quarterback expects you to be. In a blitz situation, somebody got to be a hot man. And when it's you, you can't be mad. Be like, I'm wide open way over here. Hey, bro, look, I need you to be right there. Ain't nobody got time to be looking around when the man running free. What are you talking about? Crazy. Anyway, that's one of those small mistakes that hopefully gets cleaned up by the end of the season, going into the playoffs, which we will be in. Most of y'all cannot say the same. Not you, Prime. Anyway. Yeah. So Buffalo, I don't appreciate the fact that Buffalo's been Garbino for a good part of the season, and especially more recently, because if by some, not even stretch of the imagination or a miracle, just if the Bills happen to come out and play like we've thought they could play coming into the season, and they happen to win the game, oh Lord, the floodgates are gonna be open. Oh my God, y'all couldn't beat the Buffalo Bills. Look at their record, blah blah blah. People go crazy. Hey, y'all lose to the Bills. Yeah, that's how y'all gonna act. So it is what it is. We know the real truth. I say all that to say this, Prime. I'm just gonna get to it. I'm picking the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, hold it, Prime. You acting like I just be out here picking the Eagles. When in fact, I could have sworn that I saw a stat that the Eagles have had the best regular season record for the last 30-some weeks in the NFL. I don't know. It was something like that. So picking the Eagles kind of makes sense on a weekly basis, according to the I'm just saying. Anyway.
Generic sites.
Hey, it's a lot of generic facts. Not DaRon Bland, but other facts might be generic. I'm just give the Eagles a quick 29, 21. Nothing crazy. Good game, tough game. Buffalo actually plays halfway decent, but Josh Allen turns the ball over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 times. And that is the difference in the ball game.
Well, I'm waiting to get the final word on your boy, Devontae Smith, because they said miraculously he showed up on the injury report late in the week, and he didn't. I don't think he practiced yesterday, so it could be precautionary. They'll hold him out, but I haven't seen the final word. I've been watching this whole time that we've been doing this show today, and when they show inactives, I haven't seen him up there, but there's some question about his health, apparently.
Well, let me tell you a secret. If Julio Jones needs to Julio Jones one time, you can Julio Jones just for 1 week. I think he got it in him. I think he got a Julio Jones week in him. Hey, put him at tight end. Why we gotta do that?
Donovan ain't playing. I mean, big dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, what y'all do, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you care.
No, okay. Yeah, we'll see if Josh can hold on to the football today with how many times he turns it over. I saw it counting at 6 interceptions in the chat. But yeah, can he hold on to the football? Can their secondary hold up? I mentioned the injuries. I saw that both Taylor, Rapp, and Micah Hyde were both questionable. And that's going to be a problem if either one of them can come out and play. Philly will definitely find a way to make them pay. On the flip side, though, we have seen some holes in that Eagles secondary too. But it can't just be about Diggs, because Diggs, I would imagine Slay is going to draw Diggs. So we'll see what happens with that. But, this any given time, Gabe Davis, Shakir, so any given time, the Bills receiver can get this thing going. So I expect a really good game, but it is all about the turnovers. And I'm going with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills in this one. I mean, they won last week. I know people will say it's just the Jets, but the Jets are a team that is pretty good defense and a team that definitely gives them problems. It's just something about them when they play the Jets. The Jets give them a problem. They can beat the brakes off somebody 30-12. Come back the next week, win the game 42-20. Go play the Jets and be struggling, be only up by 3 points with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's just something about that, though. But I think they continue their winning ways today, get things together, and I take the Bills 28-24.
You really gonna say all that, Prime, and you're gonna talk about the Jets, and you're not gonna mention that? You're not gonna mention it. You're just gonna.
Well, what I'm gonna mention about the Jets?
I mean, it's on the screen. What you mean?
Oh, I ain't had to mention it. I put it up there.
Yeah.
Somebody just wanted you to know. That would be Jay Holler. Just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, Jay Holler said that? Jay Holler? Jay Holler.
Jay Holler.
Jay Holler.
Not cousin, but Jay Holler.
Jay Holler out here listening to Ralph Tresvant on repeat. What you talking about, Jay Holler? What are you talking about? Man, if there's anybody whose opinion I value less than Chris, it's Jay Holler. What are you talking about? Oh, man. And I saw y'all, Jay Holler, be out here not making points, but trying to make a point. And Dallas fans coming, yeah, Jay Holler. Y'all terrible. Y'all terrible. Y'all really, y'all falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You got to bring that back up. Y'all tripping. Man.
Oh, Bruce Parker, my God. What's up, man?
Bruce don't even subscribe to what Jay Holler said. Bruce can't even spell hello without cowboy.
Wow. Gonna be a good game, man. It's gonna be a good game, man.
Dallas ain't even playing today, and there's been more Cowboys talk.
Well, you know how it is, though, and you gotta give them that, because remember you came on a few weeks ago and y'all always had the bye week, and you were just like, you can just take it easy and got to worry about nothing. That's just how Dallas feeling today.
Oh, there have been seven different people. We beat a team that normally got a lot of mouth. We beat a team that year after year that knows they're not going anywhere. Wait,
but
you say you beat
at the end of the season when Dallas lose, they gonna be the people. Well, I know we ain't going nowhere, but my year is made because the Cowboys just got beat. They pitiful. Washington pitiful. And you know, I'm the last person talking about somebody. Washington pitiful. They'll be the same fans that be sitting there at the end of the year. At least win something. Philly talk messed up Dallas when Dallas get put out the playoffs. All right, fine. Niners fans. Washington fans mess around when anywhere from 4 to 8 games in an entire season. Don't make the playoffs. As soon as Dallas get hit, oh yeah, well, I know we suck. We need a new coach. We need a new owner. We need a new stadium. Yeah, I definitely need a stadium. But Dallas lost, so my season is made. So, but we can talk this week. I ain't gonna say too much. I'm chill. But Cowboy fan got the right to talk this week because they ain't got nothing to worry about today. Just want to put it out there. You can't have both ways, Source. Y'all can do it. We can do it.
Both ways of what? That comparison was terrible. That was terrible.
You came on the show the other day. What? It's a lovely day today.
Man,
you ain't had nothing to worry about because y'all was on the bye week.
We had talked about Michael Parsons, DaRon Bland, Dak Prescott, Dallas winning. We just have to have our bye week Thursday. Oh, dang, Washington. Yeah. They call y'all a bye week. That's terrible.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm done with the NFL. You got anything people should know or anything else we need to talk about?
If anybody feels the spirit of reading, yesterday was Small Business Saturday. I called it Short Book Saturday. So if you're in the mood to cop a short book from yours truly, it's short from source. It's 70 pages of thoughts, poems, and stories from me.
Y'all get that.
Get that. $15. And for Black Friday weekend, I'll get it to you for $14.99. That's your deal. hit the Cash App, MICSOURCE, and send your mailing address. I will sign it, get an autographed copy, personalized for you. Hit me up. That's it. That's all I got.
We appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all checking us out. We decided not to do the show Thursday. I did some other things early, then I was still working off the hen from the night before, so I just took it easy. By drinking more hen on Thanksgiving. That's how I get over that's how I got over it. But other than that, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us this week. We catch y'all on the next one, and we talk to y'all in the group. And all that. Peace.